All right. Let me see here. I think everything is good to go. Okay. All right. Welcome everyone to episode 684 of the Black Brain Trust. This is Black Cannabis Talk. So we're gonna talk a little bit of metaverse weeds. We're gonna do the year-end cannabis harvest report. We're going to look at because it looks as if the United States came in fifth as a global producer. So we're going to look into those numbers because kind of curious. Why is the United States fifth in yet another industry? Where we should be a global leader. Somehow we found ourselves to be fifth as a global producer. Does that have something to do with, national legalization? Does it have to? We're going to kind of dig into that a little bit. And then also we'll do a strain review. You guys, you guys, dude, tidal wave. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. You know what? Let me see here real quick. Let me do this. I always have this little quirk I like to do. If the sound music is cool, press 3. There we go. We're going to do 306 today. Don't ask why. That's just literally a random number that just came to my head. And we've got the first freaking... Dude, where are these things coming from? There we go. We're just going to block that. All right. So before I get started, can somebody just confirm for me the sound is okay? Music too loud? Do I need to turn it down? What do I need to do? Let me know. 306. That's the number. Toya, I see you. Welcome, lady. Is this your first cannabis live stream you've joined us for? We got Shango Zulu, peace. We got Gregory X, peace. Welcome, everyone. Boom. We're gonna welcome everyone there. And then can anyone confirm for me that the sound is all cool before I get started? I just want to make sure. Anyone? Okay. Or I guess not. I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to assume that the sound is okay. Yeah? Alright, well, I'll just assume it. I guess someone will read the comment. I didn't really do that, but how about that? That'll make it easier. Okay, we're going to get into the first article here. Alright. Buy cannabis on a blockchain metaverse and get it delivered to your real home. Wait. Okay, auto use the sound is good. All right, cool. Thanks, bro. All right. And, wait, you know what? Let me do this. Copy. So that you guys have it. Go. Buy cannabis on a blockchain metaverse and get it delivered to your real home. Cannabis has gone digital and then come back to reality. Amid the explosion of NFTs and the metaverse, several marijuana brands have found innovative ways to capitalize on the digital trend. However, one company has gone a step further, bringing the metaverse back to the real world. This week, Higher Life CBD became one of the first cannabis brands to launch a real CBD dispensary in the metaverse, offering customers a fun, digital, gamified shopping experience that, unlike others, then translates into a tangible product delivered to your doorstep in all U.S. states. I'm going to talk to my partner about this. The COVID-19 pandemic has forced many companies to think about safe alternatives when it comes to communicating with employees and customers. For some, that means looking beyond the physical world and thinking outside the box, explains CEO Brandon Howard. We see great potential in the virtual reality world. VR and AR have changed the game on how we will go about buying things in the future. Uh-oh, hold on one second. Give me 1 second.
No, not to what the people say. These sounds leads the way. It's the order of the day from your boss.
Sorry about that.
The station in every nation. DJ
All right.
is my occupation, as I would say.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Right now,
I was on some icons vibe, but now we're gonna dub it up. All right, we're gonna dub it up. All right. Jump in the future, and the metaverse will then shopping in the metaverse and then being able to receive your items on your doorstep is the groundbreaking and next big thing. It's a place where NFTs, cryptocurrency, and cannabis worlds will coincide. The world is yours. Higher Life CBD's Metaverse Dispensary was launched on Cryptovoxels, a virtual world built on the Ethereum blockchain. Jeez. The Cryptovoxels world has its own city, Origin City. The streets are owned by the corporation, in air quotes, a godlike metaverse owner. Parcels, however, are owned by individual people who are paying as much as $1 million for them. In fact, a user recently spent $450,000 to acquire a parcel next to Snoop Dogg's virtual house in the Sandbox, another Ethereum-based platform. Dude, this is kind of screwing with me right now. It feels amazing to be one of the first cannabis companies to step into the metaverse. We're able to communicate with customers easier and give them an actual experience without physically being at our brick and mortar store, and it makes the online shopping experience more entertaining, said Howard, explaining customers can listen to music, get a full inside and outside view of the dispensary, check out all the company's NFTs shown on the digital dispensary walls, and more, all in the metaverse. Skims crawling. Howard is actually following the steps of other tech giants getting their feet wet in the metaverse arenas. Only a few weeks ago, Facebook changed its name to Meta and announced plans to launch its own metaverse. With all the change coming to the way we use virtual reality and what it could mean for the cannabis world, I'm so honored that my brand Higher Life CBD will be one of the first to test the waters, Howard concluded. You do what you love, success and rewards come naturally. Never give up on your dreams, no matter how many times fail. Wait a minute. Let me just take the volume down just a tad. There we go. Test the store, go here, or to Cryptovoxels for the full experience. Yeah, go there, right there. I posted the link. You can, yeah. Candy Girl also goes meta. On Monday, cannabis startup Candy Girl also announced it's selling Delta 9 THC products in the Decentraland metaverse, exploiting a legal loophole created by the 2018 Farm Bill. Oh, what? Excuse me? They're selling real weed in the metaverse due to a legal. Let me yeah, they ended the article right there. Ain't that some shit? Let me they're selling Delta 9 THC products in the Decentraland Metaverse, exploiting a legal loophole created in the. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. I'm going to stop it right there. And let's see who's in the chat. Okay, first of all, there's this person. You're done. Metaverse Cannabis, interesting, Jack. Yeah, isn't it? Hold on, let me mod you, by the way. There you go. You're now a mod, Jack, dude. Let me see here. Engineering cannabis. You said, okay, the cannabis and metaverse, lots of opportunities and lots of laws. Marketing cannabis easily, delivery, studies, and many more. Yes. And I think that's where that company right there that we just covered, they're looking to kind of be like the first case study in all of this. While to also be an active for cannabis, might have to be studied with alcohol effects and put that in the metaverse. I mean, I'm still kind of stuck on that loophole. Dude, this has got to stop. I don't know if you guys are seeing it. Yeah, you are seeing it on your end. Where is all these damn bots and stuff? This is annoying. It's very annoying. Okay. Here, let me do this. Because I only have two art. Well, I have. Well, you know what? Let me go. I'm gonna get through the articles and then I'm gonna do the strain. Well, you know what? Here, I'll just do it like this. Because I have just two articles and I'm gonna do a strain review. This is kind of maybe a short one, but then I also have maybe a panel we can just talk about stuff. So feel free to join the panel. I'm going to bring up the next article here, and then I also have a strain review, and then yeah, we can kind of have a conversation or whatever. I rarely that really ever happens on the cannabis live streams. Is people did. I always had like maybe engineering cannabis somebody like nobody typically joins the panel to talk about this stuff. So since I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch of articles, you do that. I'm not talking to the bots though. You guys cannot join. Jackie, you said I'm interested in selling in the meta. Let me know when I can divulge the strain. Thank you. What are you talking about? Let you know. I literally just let you know. There's the link right there. All right, hold on. Let me bring up this next article. All right, this one is from Leafly. New Leafly Cannabis Harvest Report values crop 5th in the nation. America has begun winding down its disastrous century-long war on marijuana. We're beating swords into plowshares. So what's coming in from the fields? Answer: America's 5th most valuable crop. Oh, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Not global. We're talking about in terms of crop values in the United States. Cannabis is now the 5th most valuable crop. That's what I meant. The first ever Leafly Cannabis Harvest Report released today counted 13,042 cannabis farm licenses in 11 legal states where retail stores are open. This unprecedented peak into U.S. pot production found farmers growing 2,278 metric tons per year. That's a gang of weed. It's a mind-boggling number, enough to fill 57 Olympic-sized swimming pools or more than 11,000 dump trucks stretching more than 36 miles. That's how much weed was grown out here. Well, just across the United States, where it's legal, by the way. This does not count how much weed was grown on the low. With U.S. state cannabis prices ranging from about $500 to $3,000 per pound wholesale, you're looking at a crop worth of $6.175 billion per year. As measured against U.S. Department of Agriculture data, the value of America's legal cannabis crop ranks 5th nationwide, ahead of cotton. Wow. So cannabis in the United States is now worth more than, the amount of cannabis in value is more than the value of cotton that we produce. Interesting.
How come you wanna change your plan?
And yet, state and federal officials generally do not track it or
What
acknowledge
did
it.
I
Sure, they
do
don't.
to break your heart?
USDA economists track annual yields, prices, and estimated values for nearly every commercial crop grown in America, but they do not track legal cannabis due to the plant's status as a federal Schedule 1 drug. Like I said, they say they don't, but they do. Trust me, here in California, it's they track the shit. Our goal with the Leafly Harvest Report is to quantify annual cannabis production in operational adult use states, just like the USDA's Economic Research Service does for all non-cannabis crops. This is the first time anyone's done this, as far as we know, and I think that is true. Like using theirs, but doing your own. Voters, lawmakers, and industry leaders need these basic facts to make informed decisions. The Harvest Report is the third in this year's Leafly Report series, including the Leafly Jobs Report and Leafly Seeds of Change, strategies to create an equitable cannabis industry.
Raw.
You know, I may need to do like a series on this. This is interesting right here. Okay. I think actually engineering cannabis and I are supposed to do a kind of like a, and I think Nagone too. We're going to do like more like a cannabis jobs. I think we were supposed to do that one time. Yeah, well, I'll circle back around. This is interesting right here. Leafly has these report series. Okay. Highlights from the Cannabis Harvest Report. Leafly's Cannabis Harvest Report is one of the most comprehensive summaries on cannabis agriculture production. Here are a few of the biggest takeaways from the report. When compared to cannabis crops, only corn, soybeans, hay, and wheat return more wholesale revenue to American farmers annually. All right, let's stop. And first of all, let me check and see if anybody has. No, they have not. Okay, listen. Corn, soybeans, hay, and wheat. Okay, wheat's needed largely for bread and baking, stuff like that, right? So, and there's a lot of those processing plants that do that here in the States. We don't import bread; we make our own bread and shit, right? Hay is used because it's needed for feed
That's right.
for cows, right? Not only for dairy but for beef. Okay, I'm literally in Cowtown, one of the cow towns in California, right? There's really like a cattle farm, maybe like about 3 miles down the road. Okay. Corn. The reason why is for biofuels, number one, high fructose corn syrup production, stuff like that. The corn that you actually eat, it's kind of like last on the priority list, right? Primarily, it's for biofuels, high fructose corn syrup production. That's largely why corn is the top commodity, agricultural commodity, right? Soybeans has more to do with the export value of it. Okay, now sometime back in late 2018 into 2019, this is maybe after Trump became president. Yeah, it was like around 2018. There were a lot of trade war issues going on. Soybeans was one of the main commodities that was targeted. Okay, and a lot of those farmers in the Midwest, Minnesota, Wisconsin, all those areas got hit major, and China basically pulled their contracts and went to Brazil to go get their soybeans, right, as sort of like a retaliatory measure in that whole trade war thing that was going on with China and the United States during Trump's presidency, right? But soybeans, huge export. Okay, so corn, soybean, hay, wheat. You see why the four of those are crucial to the U.S.'s agricultural bottom line. And then the number 5 is weed. I said all that to preface that, all that shit, because the 5th one is literally the shit I'm gonna go smoke a bowl of in about 5 or 10 minutes, so I can give you guys a review of. That's the fifth one. Weed. Let that one sink in. Legal cannabis is the single most valuable crop in a whole. Okay, let's go here. It's the single most valuable crop in Alaska, Colorado, Massachusetts, Nevada, and Oregon. So that means in 5 states in the United States, it's the most valuable crop. Okay, let that one marinate. I'm gonna let that one marinate. I'm gonna give it a second, man. You wonder why me and Mike V have been one like the biggest damn cannabis proponents. And then shout out to the brother who's got the dispensary in Oklahoma. Ty City's been a big supporter of the movement too, right? It's been but a few, but let's look at the data. Leafly released these annual reports, and they're giving us a summary of this. And in 5 states, it's the most valuable crop. Mind you, it's not even federally legal. Another one to let sink in. In each of the 11 states with adult use retail stores operating, cannabis crop value ranks no lower than 5th, often within 2 years of first legal stores opening. So now we're talking about growth trajectory within the business, within the industry. So within 2 years, boom, any sector relating to cannabis crops, the value ranks no lower than 5th in that state. And that's within 2 years. So that means that when a state goes adult use legal, meaning all you need is to go in there and show them your ID and say, yeah, I'm 21. Within 2 years of these 11 states, right? This is what happens to cannabis crop values. They rank no lower than 5th within that state. And then for these 5, it became the single most valuable crop. In a surprising result, Colorado's 7-year-old legal cannabis farming industry outproduced California. Don't let me get into that. 627 metric tons for Colorado versus 514 for California. But that lead might not last. After years of slow growth, California's licensed cannabis cultivation sector is finally taken off. Well, you screwed a lot of the small businesses that were initially licensed as growers prior to full legalization. And then that put a lot of small growers out, which reduced the amount of production that could be done here versus what Colorado's doing, because they have a more sensible rollout of their legalization measures, whereas California just basically screwed over all the small businesses that pretty much built the industry here. Comparisons: 2020 wholesale harvest value. There you go. Corn, $61 billion. Soybeans, 46. Hay, 17.3. Wheat, 9.3. Cannabis, 6.2. Then you got cotton, rice, and peanuts. Ooh, look at that. Major weed. Leafly News senior editors David Downs and Bruce Barcott teamed up with Bo Whitney of Whitney Economics to aggregate annual crop data from the 11 states with active legal use cannabis sales. We followed USDA's method of computing crop values by finding the average wholesale price per pound in a state and multiplying it by the state's amount of cannabis produced. In those 11 states, we counted 11 crops destined for both adult use and medical outlets. Because typically, it's the same shit. They just both fall under different legal frameworks based on how people are going to be accessing it. Freelance cannabis journalists Amelia Williams and Zach Ruskin assisted with research and reporting. So there's a whole 15-page report on this. So prohibition, overregulation, overtaxation, and overtaxation infringe on Americans' constitutional rights to pursue happiness with regards to cannabis, gardening, and farming. This is why I grow my own shit. you know, I don't know. It was one of those things where prior to the whole full legalization thing, you could basically create a small business in this, right? And a lot of people did, and it was a very robust industry here. And much, don't get me started on California politics. All I'm gonna say is that California tends to like do shit without thinking about it, oftentimes, and then it has regrets and hindsights later. They did it with cannabis, did it with this whole mandate shit. Like I said, it's a whole other conversation. Um, Either way, um, they basically made it impossible for you to have a small business in the cannabis industry in California, and it's a goddamn shame. So the one thing that you still can do though is grow your own, right? You can grow your own. So I do it as a hobby, right? I'm a seed collector. I grow other things too, and cannabis is another thing I grow, and I do it as a hobby. So it's kind of like if I take that approach to it, cool. But if you were trying to be an entrepreneur and have a small business, grow things out, yeah, federal government must legalize cannabis for adulting and grandfather in legacy cannabis farmers by establishing low fees and easy licensing procedures. That's not going to happen, right? Because this is just what I was talking about right here. I was literally just talking about this just a minute ago. You had small businesses, people had small farming operations, and it was under a pre-existing framework. Guess what they didn't do? They did not grandfather them into the new framework. Everybody had to reapply for licenses, and then you had to pay $25,000 plus, and then even then there was no guarantee that they were going to give it to you. Whereas before, all you had to do was be a member of a pre-existing dispensary, and then have your own nonprofit. You did. Let me not get into how the business worked at that time, but that's how it worked, and it made it a lot easier for you to springboard startup cannabis businesses. So these are things that Mike V and I have been talking extensively to over the past few years with regards to being actively involved in having a hand in crafting cannabis regulations, and then coming up with unique applications and businesses that pertain to the cannabis industry, right? That are largely absolved from this type of stuff here. So it's a multi-pronged approach. But the reality is that we have to stop looking at this industry with this kind of street drug stigma. It's bullshit. When we get into the strain review here in a few minutes, I'm going to show you this. This is just by how I do the review, it's anything but a quote unquote street drug. Molly and all that bullshit, that's street drugs. This is a natural herb. This is a medicinal herb. The federal government must legal. Okay, the Leafly Cannabis Harvest Report summarizes the discrimination cannabis farmers face at both the federal and state levels. Okay, what are they just talking about? Years of review and millions of dollars in extra expenditures, not just to put seeds in the soil. Additionally, the $6 billion agricultural sector is underbanked. Now, mind you, because this is still a Schedule 1 federally illegal drug, you can't bank. You can't bank. Like this is still largely a cash industry. Like this stuff cannot flow through banks, which is a whole other conversation. And underinsured. Okay, there's another thing. If you can't bank, okay, insurance and banking are both part of the financial services industry, right? So they're intrinsically tied. So if you're going to be underbanked, guess what you're also going to be? Underinsured, and that is an issue. Most farmers have to pay taxes in cash. There you go. I've seen videos of this, dude. There's people that have like just a vault, and they just got a shit ton of cash in it, and then they gotta like for every single tax expenditure and all this stuff, they have to like take the exact proper cash amount and then go and get a money order for it or some shit. Like it's crazy. 38 state attorneys, certain attorney generals have called on Congress to pass the Safe Banking Act. We covered that some time ago, which would increase public safety and tax compliance. Reform measures like the Safe Banking Act, especially the MORE Act, are long overdue. Cannabis agriculture predates our country's union. What the dude? We covered this one a long time ago. Man, we've been growing. This country has been growing weed. We're talking pre-colonial, okay? This is pre-colonial. This is before the goddamn pilgrims, all right? This is when my folks, pre-colonial, growing the shit. Yeah, I just said it. Yeah, that's right. Yep. This country, it's weed is it grows wild in places. Okay, it's a wild plant. This isn't some sort of mystical magic. No, it occurs. It grows everywhere, and you'll find it in the damnedest places, even here. So it's long been growing. We've long been using it, and you just read it right there. Okay, it predates this country's union. Pre-colonial. Okay, predates the union, and a more perfect union would acknowledge and respect the power of this plant. Per the preamble, right? In order to form a more perfect union. So I think this Leafly report summed it up nicely. Here, let me drop this one. And the links to the other reports are in there too. Sorry, I kind of really got into this one, and I didn't really peep the chat, so let me take a looky loo. Jack, you say you figure if you can get an avocado to sprout, yeah, you can get an avocado to sprout easily. We got avocados. We will pull like the pits out of an avocado and sprout those. We got 2 mangoes to do it. I got 2 mango plants. I gotta do a new video. Miss Winter, so nothing's growing really, but I can at least show the mango plant. It's doing pretty good. You say you're gonna go to Costco and chamber tomato. Yeah, you can also make your own product and services in the cannabis industry. Absolutely. Wait, Sexy Ray, you say you can't hear over the music? Is it loud? I'm going through the comments here. I was really just into the article here. I'm going to need counseling. Then let's see. Okay. Oh, you're talking about with regards to the whole Metaverse stuff. Oof. Yeah, that's the next level. People listen to y'all. I may not want everyone to know. Please email me. Okay. You said people listen to. No one listens to us. There's only like 5 people listening right now. Email the strength. Speak on it. Okay. Sexy Red, you said you cannot hear. You can't hear the music. Really? Is the music too loud? You guys, let me know. And then there's this jerk off. You guys let me know. I mean, I don't know. It's only like 5 people listening. Is the sound bad or something? What's going on? I don't know. Or maybe there is a sound problem. I'm not sure because it's only like it dropped to like 4 people. Because I'm gonna do the strain review next. Slightly lower. Okay. Okay. Yeah. See, that's the thing. This thing is weird. Like, if I have people on a panel, right? How it sounds to me is different when there's people on, and then versus when there's not people. How about now? Crap. Have you guys been able to hear me okay though? Yeah? No? How does it sound now?
Now we bring you a roundup of today's news, read by Ramon, the Mexican.
Who said Macau
Anyone?
in my chicken before they
You said that's better. Okay.
go to the
Yeah, like, okay. All right, cool, cool, cool.
golden
Yeah, we
chicken
can.
the
Okay,
two.
cool. All right.
So what you gonna do, my
I suck at this. I really do. I told you, streaming is not my thing. I'm not a streamer. Hey, Jack has joined me. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Hey,
How you
welcome.
doing? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays and
Cipriano,
happy Sunday and all that. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I can't complain.
Awesome. Okay,
Okay.
here's what I'm gonna do. I was actually because I was trying to get the sound right because I saw that Sexy Red said that it was a little loud. In my earphones, it was a little low, but the volume setting that I have it at, usually when I have a panel, it'll be a little bit lower. See, because now that you're on, it is a little bit lower now, right?
Okay.
But it's not
I'm
loud to everybody.
outside too. I'm on break.
Okay, got it. Okay. Okay, wait. Then Mr. Mizungi, he said, "Been able to hear you clearly the whole time. Sounds good. Music compliments the articles. Great. See, that's the effect I was going for. I think it's sort of like a magic sauce. You have to kind of try to find that fine line. Some people will say it's a little loud. It may not sound loud in my ears. Some people says it sounds perfectly fine. So I'm always just trying to tune it right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let me
Yeah.
just tell you, I don't want to divulge the strain
Mm-hmm.
because people do listen to you guys. I know it's hard to accept, but
What do you mean it's hard to accept? And it's
people that be on the RT channel and people of some type of standing, they listen to y'all. They may not acknowledge their presence, but they do. But saying that,
interesting. Okay.
I want to give you a code to see if you know the strain I'm talking about.
Sure.
The first letter is an S, an and sign, and then the last letter is a T.
Oh my God.
You heard of that? Something and
S and
something.
S and oh, oof. Right off the top of my head, I could not come up one, but if I heard it, I would probably go, "Oh."
Okay, now this chat thing, is it just for you or
Mm.
is that the public chat?
If you do private, it won't show up in public.
Okay, now how do I do that?
There's a little. I think there should be a little thing that says private chat. It should. If not, no
Wait a
worries.
minute. Private chat. Okay.
Yeah. If you put it in private chat, it'll be there. It won't go on the
Okay, I'm
public.
about to give it to you.
Okay. And Mr. Mazunga, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, that's really what I was trying to go for, man. I was trying to kind of go for a music that complements the subject matter and the content. You try to put some thought into this over here, you know?
You see it?
Never heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
So that's a metaverse project you're trying to do?
Well, first I'm gonna see if I can grow it because no one has heard of it. And it is supposed to be all of that. First, I want you to look that up. Can you look it up now?
Let's see here.
Remember, don't cut off your mailbox.
Let's see here.
Then I want you to try it out.
Oh gosh. I can't do this. No, the reason why is because it's indica heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I I don't know. Is this your first like? Well, I mean, I can kind of give you a quick overview because it says right here, uh, S and
I'm
T.
researching it.
I'm not going to say
Yeah.
the name. S and T is an indica dominant strain, and it says it's 80% indica, 20% sativa. Whew, that's pretty heavy. Um,
Yes.
and yeah, I'm not. I guess I like to. I'm a functional smoker, right? So I'll like blow herb while I work, right? I can't blow strains that like will put me on the couch.
Exactly.
Anything that's indica heavy is that's couch lock. You're gonna
It's a pain reliever and it'll put you to sleep.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
why
yeah.
I'm interested in it.
Okay, yeah. Well, I would say give it a go in terms of growing it, and then you know give me some updates on how that goes.
It also relieves stress and anxiety for
Yeah,
people who
anything
want to
indie.
get
Well,
off the
yeah, I
prescription.
was gonna say anything. It's pretty much gonna be across the board, right? Because cannabis largely keeps the body in homeostasis, but
Hmm.
dependent upon whether we're indica heavy or sativa heavy, it's going to either approach psychological or mental maladies or physical ones, right? Or if we're going with a 50-50 hybrid, then we're pretty much kind of going to go even killed, which is what I typically recommend for like general use. Like go with a 50-50 hybrid. It doesn't lean too far to one side or the other, right? Now
Okay.
the strain that I am going to review, this is a sativa heavy strain. But I'm a sativa guy. Like I said, I smoke herb and then
You
I'll
want to
zone out and
function.
just get to work, and then next thing you know, 3-4 hours have gone by, right? So that's why I largely do sativa or
Yes, sir.
sativa heavy.
I am trying to reach those people who do not want to have a chemical uh, side effect to their brain for taking medications for pain, sleep, etc. You understand what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. I
saying?
mean, anything like cannabis or hemp, you know, um, I'm like this is why we do the cannabis live streams, right? Like we're big proponents of it. I think in terms of its use and application and what can be done with it, we've only scratched the
Hmm.
surface of it. Like matter of fact, I'll kind of go. I'm gonna step away for a few minutes here, and then I'm gonna wait. Let me do it. We I can do it when I come back. Wait, hold on. I may as well do it while I'm here now. Give me a second. Give me 1 second here, because I did not bring my images up. So let me bring them up. Because like I said, I don't know. I think this might be your first time catching this. So I have a way that I do the strain reviews so that people can kind of go into a dispensary, right? And then based on like what they smell, how it looks, how it smokes, how it feels, and then you reference these charts, and then you can start to determine when you go into the dispensary and you just literally eyeball it, smell it, how it's going to
Hmm.
affect you. So hold on, I got to put one more chart.
Okay. On that note, while you're looking, because I'm gonna excel.
Okay.
I watched this YouTuber called Smoke and Scan. He's out of LA,
Wait, it's
and he
called what?
smoke and scan.
Okay.
He scans the bands and looks, does the chases and stuff. Well, anyway, before he starts the scan, he puts a picture up of what he's going to smoke during the broadcast. And one time he put a picture up and it was still on the stem. It had budded and it looked like it had snow on top. A mixture between snow and those dandelion that turns white. and flies through the air.
Yeah.
It was a mixture of that on top. So when I X up out of here, please tell us what that strand is if you know.
Oh, okay. Well, I can tell you what parts of the plant that you're talking about that made it look like that. That was the calyx and
Hmm.
the trichomes.
Really?
Right, right. Yeah, so that frosty look is the trichomes, right? So what the trichomes are actually that's oil, right?
Really?
Yeah, that's actual. So basically if
You
you
can you
if you blow,
harvest that oil?
yeah, that's what hash is.
Oh,
You know what, dude? I'm totally like putting you guys up on like giving you guys drug references and everything, but no,
I didn't went down the rabbit hole
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what hash is. Hash is the oil off of the bud, right? But the oil is contained in the trichomes, or that crystally material that you see. That's actually an
Hmm.
oil. That's where the THC and all that stuff is. Yeah,
Oh.
and then the calyxes are like the little. Okay, so basically, sensimilla is bud that does not have any seed in it, so that means it didn't collect any pollen. But
That's
calyxes are,
sesame. That's
yeah,
old school.
yeah, but see, calyxes are the part of the plant that actually collect the pollen and then pull it back into the plant where the seed formation happens, right? So those parts of the plant that you're talking about looks like dandelions. That's actually
Hmm.
the calyx, and the calyx is used to collect the pollen from the male plant, right?
Oh.
Male cannabis plants and female cannabis plants are basically, I think it's like one of but a few plants in nature that can be distinguished by sex.
Automatic.
Yes, you can look at a cannabis plant and tell if it's a male or a female based on how it looks. There's only
Isn't that
okay,
true
it's
with
like one of the
violets?
only plants in nature that do that, right? They mimic humans to a large regard.
Hmm.
Yeah, male cannabis plants typically are like tall, strong stock. They're taller, right? They're not bigger, but they're taller, and their frame is firmer, and they disperse sperm outward, right? Or I'm sorry, pollen. And then you have the female, which is shorter in stature, more fertile, bushier, and it flowers. So there you go. So all right. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna step away for Jack. Okay, she dropped off here. Okay. So yeah, Jackie, try growing that plant out and then see how it go. Oh wait, okay, that's engineering cannabis coming up. Yeah, Jackie, just try growing that plant out and see how it goes. But yeah, that strain, I'm not going to say what it is. You want to keep it a secret. That's cool. But yeah, it's indica heavy. It says 80-20 in terms of the ratio. 80% indica, 20% sativa. That's pretty heavy on the indica side. Engineering cannabis. He's there somewhere. Engineering
Hey, can you hear
cannabis.
me?
There he is.
Hello?
Yo,
Complex.
hey, what's going on, man? You hear me?
Hey.
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes, yes, yes.
Hey, man,
So
how's it
how's it
going?
going? I've been hearing about a minute. Hold on. Oh,
Uh oh. Okay, wait. I think he's trying to get his audio together. I'm gonna have him come up. I think he wants to talk metaverse, so we'll. I want him to come up first, and then I needed to go and uh do my. I gotta go and do my test for the Thailand wave strain because this was an interesting one, man. This is gonna be a good review. I gotta tell you. I just got this one yesterday, actually, for Christmas. I decided to get something special to have for Christmas, and then to also review for today. Okay, I'm just waiting for Engineering Cannabis to come back because I don't want to step away and then he comes in the chat and I'll bring him up.
I said I worship the Father and I worship the Son. The one I worship most is the
Or maybe I'll do this. Maybe I will just go ahead and step away. I'll come back and then I'll bring him up. Let me see if he pops back up.
Is not an imposter. Only Jaja children love a Rasta. We meditate in the day and meditate in the night. To meditate
Okay.
right in
All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna step away. I will be right back. In the meantime, go ahead and just vibe out a little bit to these sounds here. We've got some real rough roots. And I'll be right back, okay?
Teacher, I beg you ring the bell. Teach your children, teach them how to spell. R-A-T rat, M-A-T man,
That's right.
C-A-T cat. Look at that, you got to learn that.
In every nation.
What that,
DJ
yo?
is
This
my
is DJ's
occupation.
choice. So brothers and sisters, voice your choice, you know? Tell it to you. You Roy would say, I chick about. I Roy would say, I tilly boop. And Lizzie would say, you got to eat this pot. Scotty would say, you got to draw your break. And Big you would say, I did you run. But I would say, R-A-T rat, M-A-T mat, C-A-T cat. Look at that. What that, yo? So you got to enjoy yourself, as I would tell you. You got to live good in your neighborhood, you know. You got to be good as I would with the big you. Tell it to you. I beg your pardon. What did you say? I tick about. I did you run. I dilly boop. You Roy would say.
Another King Toby special.
My name is not Al Capone, but I can tip up them tones, you know. And I'm gonna crack a damn bone. Tell it to me, is I would tell you. Stay away, is I would tell you, stay away. Cause Toby's on the scene to stay. Call the Toby's count, cause I would tell you. When I play in a high rank, you know. Scoop and boop and yoop and booba. Scoop and boo and doop and bubba doop and me. Shot the jack, cause I would tell it to you. Yeah, when you feel the rhythm. Tell you gotta stick with him, you know. You got to skip and flip and dip your hit one time. What, daddy-o? They give me on a scene as I will big you. Make you move and swing along. And believe me, I'm a playing on strong. Huh? Wow! Stay away, I beg you. Cause this is called the King Toby's Count. When a lion is style sleeping, you know. Never you ever try to wake him. Yeah. Baby, tell it to you. Because a lion can cry you one time. A lion got the power to
Yo,
put you down.
yeah,
Yo,
Cannabis, you there?
yep. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're all good, man. You all good?
Yeah,
You
I'm
hear me?
good. Yeah,
All
I
right,
can
man.
hear you.
How's it going, brother?
Good, good. I was having a little lag on my internet, but it's working correctly now.
Yeah, no, I figured there was something going on over there. No worries, man.
No, so I was hearing about the metaverse, the different avenues, even with the crop being number 5 in the all-time list.
Yeah,
So,
well, no, let me do this. I wanted to do the strain review,
okay, go ahead.
and then after I do the strain review, we'll just kind of open it up and we'll talk about everything.
Sure.
All right, cool deal. Hold on one second. Find it. There we go. Wait, hold on a second. I thought I had it up. Oh, here it is. Right here. There we go. Hold on. All right. Do you see this right here? You guys see this right here?
Yeah, we see it.
Okay. All right. Tidal wave. Tidal wave is a perfectly named hybrid that hits you with a wave of get up and go energy that is perfect for daytime, taking on creative projects or social activities with friends. This hybrid has strong Thai genetics, which explains its invigorating sativa effects with a lack of laziness and sedation. Tidal wave is a strain to calm the mind, but it may not provide enough bodily effects for those looking to treat severe pain or other medical issues. And this is what it looks like. I just went and had some of it. I got to tell you, it's way more colorful than what it even appears to be here. The plant that I have, or the specific batch, there's a lot of purple in it. So it's a lot of green, purple, orange, and white. It's very colorful. Um, Very energizing. Absolutely.
So this is cannabis, right?
This is cannabis. Yes. This is tidal wave.
So it has a high THC content on it.
Yeah. Well, no, actually. So I don't know what the because I was trying to find what the
if you look at it, didn't you see it? It's in the middle, meaning the threshold of 0.3 passes it. It's already past it.
Well, the reason why it's in the middle is because it has Thai genetics. Okay, so Thai strains are like very old world sort of sativa.
Yeah.
What it is that they have very calming, they have very calming. And I'm going to get into this because this largely has to do with myrcene, the actual terpene, right?
Yeah.
But there's a indica that it's crossed with, but it's actually crossed with a hybrid. So I want to say it's a Thai sativa, and then there's another hybrid that it's crossed with, right? So that hybrid has a variation of sativa and indica in it. So it's predominantly sativa, and then just based on my feel of it, it's probably like 25% indica, 75% sativa. Like you get a bodily effect, but it's what it's talking about here. It hits you with some energy.
Yeah,
right. It's very true to the description. This isn't something where, like, let's say if you have like a cold or something,
yeah,
and you just need to like take 1 or 2 puffs and just knock the hell out, right? This isn't the strain for that.
Well, the question, no, man, because again, if I'm looking for something to use in a product, and the product, again, I'm looking for something with a low THC concentration, but with the same effects. That is not going to be something I want to look into because, again, the THC concentration based on it is higher. It's in the middle.
Right. Now, in terms of its terpene profile, just me giving it the sniff test, right? So very much musky and earthy. Okay. Now there is a little bit of linalool also, just a little bit, right? Because it does calm. It's not a sedative, right? It's not a sedative, but it's calming, right? But it's got a musky, earthy scent, and this is largely what's predominantly here. Okay, and so it also has a bit of limonene in it too. So it's a mood elevator, right? It's like you snap it in about 30 seconds. You just kind of feel it hit your body, right? See, so it's one of those things where you blow some of this. Like I said, it's a mood elevator. It's a stress reliever, calming, relaxing, musky, earthy, right? These are going to be the three primary terpenes in tidal wave. It's going to be myrcene, linalool, and limonene. Okay, so each one of these, when it comes to like the floral and sweet aspect of it, and like I said, this is reflective in the coloration: purple, orange, green, white, right? Very floral. Okay, but it does also have primarily like a very earthy scent. So it's more of like I almost want to say pine, but not really, because you get more of the fruits. You get like citrus and lemon, you get floral and sweet, and you get musky and earth. Okay, these are the three that you're really getting out of it, and these are all of the uh, attributes that come along with these three terpenes. Okay, um, so that's my terpene profile on this: myrcene, linalool, and limonene. Okay, and then when we look at the chakras and how it hits the body, remember I was telling you, it doesn't hit the body in the sense that it's going to hit it here in like the solar plexus and then it kind of radiates through, right? Anything indica, this is just sort of like, for those of you guys that don't really know, I use these two charts to really kind of pinpoint how a strain is going to affect you, largely based on this right here, right? And then based on the actual profile of the plant itself when you look at it. But indicas are largely going to hit you in these three. Okay, hybrids are going to be in these three. Okay, and then sativas are going to be up here in these three. Okay, so with this one, we're literally talking here and up. Okay, we're talking here and up. It's even like I said, per the review, and then per me just like taking a snap of it here just a few minutes ago. It hits you here, and then boom, it just shoots right through the body, right? But it doesn't really stay there. Once it does that, it's all up here at that point. Okay, so it's in the throat, it's in the head, and it's above the head. Okay, that's largely where it's hit. It hits you in the heart initially, then it moves up, and it hits you in the heart, shoots down the body, then works up here. Okay, this is why I say that this is one of those strains that's good for daytime use, and even the review agreed with it. This isn't something that you smoke and then you just sit on your ass. Okay, this is something where if you know you have a task, you're like, oh my God, I don't want to do this shit right now. Blow some of this real quick and then just get started. And then you'll forget. You'll forget that you have something to do. And then from there, it's pretty much on and cracking. So, that is my review of Tidal Wave, and I'm gonna give it a solid 9. I'm gonna give it a solid 9, man. This stuff's got staying power, man. It's some good stuff, especially if you listen to music like this, man. Yeah. So yeah, that's my review, man. Any thoughts, Engineering Cannabis?
All I'll say is this: when I started looking at the history of cannabis and how the jazz greats basically use cannabis as a way to motivate, inspire them to create great music. And I'll say these are the kind of let's say plant. This is the plant that basically inspired one of the great music. And what the strain you have right now, yeah, I think it's a good strain. And what I'm thinking is again, it's a strain. Once it becomes federally legal, that strain when you can now combine that strain. Again, my mind is always, how can I combine this strain with other strains to create a product that can help with either energy or muscle pain or
Hmm.
things, but also it's natural. Again, that's where my mind is always going. That's why I asked that question. It's with that tie with the tie. It basically talks of a lot of energy and a lot of stuff. Again, when how can I what can I combine with this to give it a natural kick where everybody is now willing to just take it as a natural supplement or a
I mean,
natural herbal. So
yeah, isn't that kind of where
yeah,
we're kind of like in that new ground, right?
yeah, that
I
new
mean,
ground.
these things could actually be used as the basis,
Oh,
right?
so
When we
yeah,
add
uh,
other herbs and
all the herbs to make it. How
right.
can this will start? This will be the base that builds up. Okay, now what other ingredients can we add to improve the vitality of the drink or of the tea or whatever to make it more beneficial or antioxidants or so that's where my mind is going now. How to combine this with other healthy products to deliver something for the public. So
You know what I
again,
want to do, man? I want to do I actually want to go into that, man. I want to do a live stream specifically with regards to that. I want to call it maybe like we can call it like the cannabis apothecary live stream.
yeah, because that's where
Yeah.
it's going to be going. Because now we have natural plants that we see being sold in the marketplace. It's going to come to the place where cannabis will stop being one of those natural products that will be sold to as part of nutrition or part of health and all that. So knowing the strains, again, most of these strains are not actually, most of all these strains have not been studied in depth. So when you showed that profile and you saw when I saw that medical benefits,
Hmm.
what I wanted to see more is still being studied because again, most of these plants, most of these compounds in this plant has not been studied. Only two or three of these compounds, mostly CBD,
No, yeah,
THC.
those aren't the main, dude. There's so many terpenes. Those are
There's so
like just the
many, yeah.
those are the only like the main,
The main ones that have been,
and even those are, dude. That's so general. What I just showed.
yeah.
Yeah,
So those
yeah,
only those two have been looked into, but they've not. But
right.
the rest, there's like 100 and something
Yeah, I was gonna say
compounds.
there's so many that's what I just showed was
Yeah,
that's like a starting point.
point. So the question now comes: okay, what other element can this be is used in? What other ways can be used in? What other can it be used with some other natural drug to make it more effective? These are the ways scientists are now looking into the cannabis and seeing how it's helping. But right now, this again is still federally illegal, and the studies are going to move slowly. It's not going to move fast paced,
Well,
slowly, and all it goes.
well,
So,
here's what I'm trying to do though, engineering cannabis, and you give me your thoughts on this. And I'm gonna have to step away. I just gotta go grab my daughter something. She wants something out of the fridge, so I'm gonna step away for just a second. So you can kind of hold it down.
oh, go ahead.
Ask, well,
Yeah,
this is you're part of this platform here, right? See,
yeah,
so you can even ask people questions in the chat. I'm just gonna go grab her something to bite 'cause it's about
sure.
lunchtime for her. But um, the reason why um the reason why I pull up the two charts,
Hmm.
pull up a terpene chart, you pull up like a chakra chart, a chart, right? Because for those who do consume cannabis, you'll know that on the onset, or when you feel the effects, you're gonna initially feel it in a certain part of your body, and that chakra chart is basically the chart that tells you, or you're gonna feel it in those points
Yeah.
when the onset happens. Okay, now where you feel it corresponds to the other chart,
Mm-hmm.
right? That gives you the effects, the scent, etc. So that's sort of like your main chart, and then the other chart gives you sort of like the expectation of where to expect the feeling
Mm-hmm.
and how to translate that. Okay,
Yeah.
see, so we're even talking about self informing ourselves, right,
Mm-hmm.
with how this plant actually interacts with ourselves, basically using our own senses, right, our sight
Yeah.
and our nose.
Okay, what happened
you
Yeah.
know
is it
so that's on our end, but then there's the part that you're talking about from the industrial side of it,
Yes.
being able to pinpoint the myriad of terpenes, because like I said, that chart only had what, six?
So, yeah.
Okay, but we
Yeah.
know that there's
There's
well over 100.
100, more than 100, because they're still finding new
Right.
ones. They just found, remember last 2 years or a year ago, they found THCP,
Yeah.
a new form of THC. So again, it's I'll say this: the cannabis industry, you've seen it gone from it's a number five cash crop in the United
Yeah.
States. You've seen the strains. You see more strains. People are creating more strains. I believe in the next year, 2, 3 years, this crop is going to dominate so many industries. It's not going to be. It's going to be either too late for some people, but it's going to be a cash crop that many families will cash up on.
Let me ask you, how does it become the fifth most valuable crop and it's not even federally legal?
That's that's what we need to be thinking about. How can a crop that's not legal federally become the fifth most
I,
cash crop in the United
I
States?
mean, you mean more than tomatoes,
More than tomatoes. Again,
potatoes,
the, what my mind
lettuce,
always goes. My mind
oranges,
goes.
even?
Yeah, my mind always goes. Think about what's going to happen. So again, this crop is as versatile as it can be. It's hemp. You can use the hemp as an industrial product for ropes, for different aspects, and also it's used again medically with people smoking it and all doing all that stuff. And again, for instance, look at alcohol sales. The most time alcohol is being sold, the most is when there's a crisis. Alcohol sales jump to the highest when there's a crisis. When there's a recession, alcohol sales jump up to the highest. When there is economic turbulence or something, alcohol sales goes to the highest. Now, the problem with the alcohol industry now is they're having a competition, cannabis,
Yep.
a healthier competition. Imagine when a recession hits and they say, okay, instead of you going to alcohol and killing yourself and killing your liver, why not just you hit a blunt real quick and relax, and let's see how your day goes by. Now that's more healthier competition. That's where most people will start deviating to cope with day-to-day stress. Like everybody, I know when I came here, I know how people cope with stress. They go get a Bud Light or some dudes get coming from work, get a beer, sit down and watch TV. This is like the what I call a typical American coping mechanism. Get a beer, chill, talk. Get a beer, talk to your friends. Get a beer, get a wine after this, get a that. But imagine now switching that to cannabis, cannabis,
Well,
cannabis drinks, cannabis food, cannabis smoking. So and it's more of a healthier coping mechanism than alcohol itself.
here's what I'm also gonna do. I'm just gonna post this link here. I'm not gonna say a whole lot about it, but it'll be there, and then people can kind of read it and take away from what it says there. Because if you go back to, yeah, a lot of the talks that we did from last year around that time,
Yeah.
May, June, July, during the whole pandemic thing, there was a lot of information that came out about the link I just sent you there.
Hmm.
That might even be part of the reason why this channel shadow banned. I don't know, but uh, yeah, take a look at that one right there.
Yeah. Yo, yeah. I'm kind
That's from
of,
Forbes magazine, by the way, you guys.
yeah, the force.
This isn't fringe. This isn't fringe stuff. Good Morning America also did a piece
Yeah.
on this too, and then you know, conveniently, a lot of this stuff just kind of got buried.
It's
You don't hear
because
about it in the media anymore, but just thought I'd throw that back
again,
out there.
other stuff are coming out in the media that talks about cannabis, but again, everybody's trying to pigeonhole cannabis as a bad plant. But again,
Okay,
this plant has been here for decades,
that Forbes
millennia,
magazine article says otherwise.
millennia, and it has always been used as a medicinal approach. And again, I don't know why. And there's no again. Each time you read those articles, the funny thing is, at the end of the article, they state we are not actually sure about this results. More studies are needed to basically authenticate this results
You wanna know why they say that?
because
I,
they actually have no
I'm gonna
clue
tell
what
you.
it
I'm gonna tell
is.
you why they say it. I'm gonna tell you why they say it. You wanna know why?
Right?
Because the results exceed their initial expectations.
Yeah.
This is why. That's the only reason why you would say that.
So it's the 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 cannabis industry is growing. It's growing and it's growing. Have you seen? I need. There's this YouTube documentary. It's called Area 420. I saw it recently. These are a group of white farmers. They went to a whole dead town. I mean, the town was about. There was the population. Everybody was leaving. They bought the whole town and created the whole town as a cannabis cultivation. And
Wait. Where was this?
it's the YouTube documentary. It's called 420. The town is near Colorado.
Because I was gonna say somebody did that. They did it here in California, and I actually bought. Dude, I didn't even look that shit up in some
They
time.
bought the whole town.
I bought some of their stock. They bought an old mining town outside of Barstow, right on the towards the border of California and Nevada,
Yeah,
and
these
it
were
was a cannabis company that bought it, and essentially the whole entire town that they bought was gonna essentially just serve like the cannabis industry altogether.
that's what they did with this one.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
group of white farmers says, "Hey," and now they not only control the laws in the town,
yeah. Everything.
they
They
control
bought the whole
everything.
municipality.
So now they control the taxes,
Yeah,
how the
everything.
taxes are being levied on the town and all that. So
Yeah.
I said that's one of the most brilliant ideas. Why isn't someone thinking about it with the black farmers?
Well, hmm,
You
you
have
got that
10 black
question, man.
farmers, 10 black farmers go to a small dead town,
Buy
occupy
it.
that town,
Yeah.
and start cultivating cannabis. And now you can sell it if you go to Chicago, somewhere near Chicago or Indiana, and create something like that.
Hey, you contract directly with them. You like, look, dude, our production far out supersedes all that other shit.
Yeah. And again, not only that, people are also testing new technologies in that place because now they can afford. Okay, I already have this cultivation. Let me test new tech on this stuff and see how it works and see how it's going to create new stuff. So the idea is innovative and smart, but again, there's a lot going on in the cannabis industry. I mean, for the past year, I haven't even touched my channel because I've been engrossed in what's going on in tech and cannabis. It's beyond. It's beyond. It's just something else. And I'm not seeing again. I'm seeing less and less more black folks, and then rather than more and more. and it's kind of annoying still. So
Well, it's still it's the thing about it is, man, is that we still have a we still have a
the
kind of like a
stigma,
social stigma, yeah,
but the
that we're
stigma,
trying,
well,
yeah.
yeah, once it's green, once the money is green, social stigma shouldn't apply to it.
Well, no, I mean, it seems as though is that if it's happening on a street level, it's more accepted, right? But as soon as
Yeah,
we start talking about more
being in the
being
boardroom,
industrious, right? If we start talking being industrious with it, oh, then that's when it's an issue. But if you're doing it on the streets, oh, you're validated.
because now it's in the boardroom. Cannabis is in the boardroom.
Right. And
I'm
that's
seeing,
that's the issue. That's the issue that black folks are having with regards to the cannabis issue, right?
yeah,
Like we're speaking from it from an industrialist standpoint. We talk about it from the tech standpoint, textiles, the plant itself, as far as the medicinal qualities and aspects of it, all sides. We even speak to the hemp stuff, right? The stuff that's already completely legal across the states.
yeah, but again, it's. I mean, we have legislation coming out. We had with the new president they were trying to first legalize the banking aspect, which we talked about briefly,
The Safe
because
Act.
the Safe Banking Act, which was they were trying to push it, but they killed that upon when they went to the Senate. It passed the House, but when they went to the Senate, they killed it.
Hmm.
These they're trying to push it, but again, what I'm saying is what's going on in the real world in terms of, again, the crop is now number 5. More states are now adopting it, and it's gonna be a crop that cannot be ignored at one point. Right now, certain states are just benefiting from it. More states will start benefiting from it when now the crop cannot be ignored. It has to be federally legal. But again, during this is the time you need to get in where it's still in the weeds. They're still trying to basically people are still trying to navigate how this crop will change the United States itself. People are still trying to figure it out. This is the time to go in and place your hat in it and say, okay, I want
You
to
have to
place my hat in
actually
it
you have
to
to
figure it out.
affect it.
Again, we're not being active in terms of trying to affect these, and it's getting sadder and sadder each day because again, there's a lot of money being made
Man,
in
listen,
this
it's about
crop.
to happen in the metaverse.
And again, the metaverse, it's a huge. We have the Black Rangers when it was here. They talked about it's still here, but last year and 2 years ago, we talked about all these tech blockchain. Before blockchain was even mentioned, the NFTs. These were tech the Black Rangers talked about, and people were ignoring it like this is just folk tale. But
Hmm.
2 years now, those folk tales have become the most profitable thing in terms of NFTs. And I'm laughing. I'm like, so you don't win. So now a blockchain developer can make 170 to 200,000, but when the Black Rangers were telling you, hey, learn blockchain, when this it was like this is going nowhere, but now it's the highest paid job in town. Everybody's seeking it. It's the high NFTs. Everybody's trying to basically create their own NFTs.
I mean, dude, you can buy weed in the metaverse
You can buy weed
and
in
get
the
it
metaverse,
delivered to your house.
and there's a lot of opportunity in terms of marketing in the metaverse in terms of weed. A lot of opportunities even in understanding how again weed affects you in the metaverse. Again, it's it's a crop that will pay not only in the tech side but also will pay you outside the tech. But again, this this crop is going to be big. There's going to be a lot of in the metaverse too. I can see a lot of ways you can navigate some of the problems you're currently having in terms of sales, in terms of basically exchange of currency. There's the ways you can navigate that again using the blockchain, using cryptocurrency, and all that within the metaverse. So again, it's a profitable plant. You've seen that it's not federally legal, but it's the number 5 crop in the nation. I should tell you something.
Yeah, most valuable crop.
Most valuable crop is not federally legal. That should be tell you something real quick. That once it becomes federally legal, it's going to be a huge cash market
Yeah,
where
I mean it's I don't I it's, that
it's
fits. That's a whole nother discussion we'd have to have, dude, because the federal legalization argument would would I can already see it. It would pit like sort of like I guess you could say U.S. based cartels against each other.
it's
Not only that, well,
it's
now it wouldn't pit them against each other. What it would do is it would remove what power they do have in their markets.
so it's
And this is the reason why the States always, at the end of the day, they vote against it because they're not trying to lose what interest that they do have in the markets that they participate in, because a lot of states do have some level of legalization on the board, right?
yeah.
And if you get some sort of national legalization measure on the board, it may wipe or just you know s- just reset anew what the regulations are, and then that
But
takes
there's a
everybody's
template.
market positioning away.
But there's already a template already built in. There's our neighbor Canada. I'm seeing that crop basically growing in terms of it's basically amassing a lot of wealth for Canada. That is a huge cash crop for Canada, cannabis itself. And we've seen it played out in Canada and cannabis. So again, the question is, how long do you think, with other nations, Mexico is adopting it, some European countries are adopting it. At one point, we will have to say, okay, we are using it. It's continuously growing. States are adopting it. We need to push this, and we need to push it quick. But again, we're still in that stage of trying to figure it out, trying to figure the banking aspect, trying to figure the insurance, trying to figure out different areas. And this is the best time to be going in there and trying to be educating yourself on how this product is going to affect you. Again, when tobacco came in place, everybody thought tobacco wasn't going to affect anybody, but tobacco became a huge product where lower income neighborhoods, some of the lower income neighborhoods were turned to factories where tobacco were being produced. You will never see a high income neighborhood with a tobacco factory in there. They actually moved tobacco factory to low income places. So now, see, so again, what I'm saying with cannabis, this is a new product. We need to get involved ahead of it so we know how to navigate, or how to basically know how to navigate those laws, or how to make sure the laws are not only favoring one group but favoring everybody itself. And that's where our mindset should be.
Well, I'll
That
say this, man, and then I'm gonna go and get lunch together here for a little one, and I'll probably be back a little bit later to do another live stream because it's Sunday. I woke up today thinking it was like Tuesday or some shit. It was
yeah,
weird. It was one of those. You ever have like a
yeah,
0 hour? You got like a 0 hour moment where you wake up and you don't know what day or what time it is. You're like, what the fuck? And then you kind of sit there for a minute. Okay, I had
yeah,
that this morning, but it was like, dude, what day is it? I was thinking like I gotta like do some shit.
yeah.
I gotta work or something. Like my daughter's gotta go to school, and I was like, whoa, dude, wait, it's Sunday. So, just it took me a good. That's why I kept also pushing this live stream back because I
Hmm.
actually did end up on a couple business calls this morning. Oddly enough,
Yeah.
um, So I pushed it back a little bit, but I also wanted to kind of do another sort of open chat or something. Because check this out, bro, and this is completely off topic, right? But you give me your take on this real quick before we end this chat. You do realize we have not broken 4,160 subs in a year. We can, for the life of us, we cannot get over this hump. And I'm trying. So here's what I'm literally trying to do, like more live streams or something. I'm trying to figure out why can't we get like 400,
First thing is,
4,170, if anything? Like, what the hell's going on? What is this about?
it's you're talking about numerous topics, and again, the question is how interested are people in these topics? Currently, you have 6 people watching
Yeah,
this,
I guess you're right.
so again, it's 2 years ago. It's the same. It was the same thing
Yeah, I just
till till when NFTs
yeah,
started getting
you got
popular.
new people coming on the scene. Do it.
No,
Hey, do I have to put like at
imagine. Okay,
somebody in like the title or something?
imagine. Okay, 2 years ago you talked about NFT, you talked about blockchain and all that. It wasn't popular, but you weren't even getting their views. But today, if you talk of NFTs, blockchain, you get a huge view number. Again, it's the timing and the popularity. But again, the messed up part is when it becomes popular, the value of that becomes drained.
Yeah,
When it becomes so popular, people then the money has already been made. It's what you're in is the tail end
it's
of
like
it.
okay, yeah, that's why we try to give you the shit so you can capitalize on it now.
But again, people are not interested in what's gonna happen. People are interested in now. Can I make something of it now? And the question is, no. You either use what the knowledge you have and prepare, so that when the opportunity comes, you're ready to take advantage of it. Or you just say, "Hey, I'm just gonna wait when it goes popular, I jump into it." And that's what most people do, and that's the wrong mindset. And that's why this is not popular. The reason you've not gone through the hump is you talk of unpopular topics, topics that
I thought weed was popular, bro.
weed is popular, but not in terms of the way we talk about weed.
Yeah, yeah, not the way we talk about it, right?
No, if I've looked at top weed channels. What they do is they just spark up weed and smoke and talk about popular what's going on in entertainment and mostly entertainment. And they smoke weed and they just talk about it and the channels blow up.
Yeah, we're really
But
trying to like understand this.
if you're trying to say, hey, I want to enlighten you on the weed industry and what's going on and how people are basically preparing to make millions out of it. Yeah, that's not interesting me, man.
How is that not
Sparkle,
interesting? I can't believe you just said
man, that's not
that.
interesting, man. How when you want to talk about hey, this new tech, prepare for this new technology that's coming in blockchain. Oh man, that's not popular. But when you come in now and say, hey, NFTs are making millions. Oh, that's popular now. I can
Well,
draw
no,
and
I
just
mean, okay, now I'm saying, hey, you can buy your weed with it.
that's not popular.
That's not what.
I can see it now until I see it today. I can see it then. I can. But that's a question. You don't need to see what I can tell you a lot of things that's coming through the pipeline. I see it, but I don't feel it. I don't. I can theorize it, but I cannot see it now. But I can tell you, as time goes, that theory becomes reality, and that's what the channel did. The channel provided theory backed with real technology, and now those new technologies are now becoming real.
Well, okay, but
No,
we
last
haven't.
year nobody talked about
Stop.
again. Last year nobody talked about NFT. Well, you talked about blockchain and you talked about the different aspects of blockchain. We talked about entertainment on the blockchain. We talked about people putting certain entertainment rights into a blockchain, and now NFT is born.
But
People
here's
talk.
the thing, right? See, here's my thing, right? What is the point in continuing to talk about it? Oh shoot, sorry.
Didn't I stop? I stopped
What is the
my.
point? What is the point in continuing to talk about that aspect of it when what we literally just covered today is that through blockchain and the metaverse, you can buy your cannabis. See, so now what we have is a synergy of subject matters, right?
Yeah,
That we were covering from an individual standpoint.
yeah.
Now what we did was we just covered an article where those three subject matters were
Yeah.
synthesized into one. So that's what I mean. It's like why continue to do that? Where now what we have to do is we have to cover something that is the sum total of what we talked about.
But that's the thing. The more we talk about it, what I've learned is for the past year since I've been dealt with my channel, I learned that one, there are people who watch these channels,
Yeah. I know Jackie
and
came through and said that there were some people that watched the
there are
channel.
people,
I didn't realize that they
there are
did,
people who
but
watch the channel,
yeah,
and these people pay attention to it and say, okay, this guy has an idea or this guy has a vision on it. Can I talk to him and see whether I can partner with him or see if I can get so that those ideas can be flushed out and we can do something together? People listen. Believe me, people listen. But again, we're not. You're trying to. Your goal. You're trying to target the masses. But again, the masses do not want to hear you talk about money. The masses. Again, remember when I talked about when someone comes out at the end of the day, they just want to drink a beer and chill and be
yeah,
free.
yeah.
This is the mass. Mass want a Bud Light, sit down on a recliner and watch a good show
I would say
and
you can
forget about the day.
get a good hemp or cannabis
G-
infused Bud Light.
That's what the mass is. And the question is, you can't reach the masses with this. Sorry,
No, no, you're
I've
right.
learned that. Oh
No,
God,
you're
I've
absolutely
learned that.
right, man. You're right.
You're not gonna reach the
That's me and
mass with it.
my hopeless ass.
Nah, the
No,
hopelessness is.
I'm joking.
Nah, don't get me wrong. My channel. I'm gonna start my channel, but I'm gonna use this channel as a way to gain more, not only gain more perspective of the cannabis industry, to gain
Hey,
more
bro. Hey, check this
footing.
out. I'm gonna be
Okay,
right back. I got a couple of family members that just showed up. I'm just gonna
sure,
go in there and greet them.
sure.
Give me 1 second, but just hold it down, and then I'm gonna go ahead
Uh,
and shut this down in a couple minutes. But I'll be right back. Okay.
yeah, no problem.
Okay.
So hey, again, if anybody's listening, the tech market and the cannabis industry are going hand in hand. So hey, you've seen the metaverse. The metaverse is going to be huge. You see cannabis industry is going to be huge. So there are different markets coming out. And again, for the new year, I'm going to start up my channel, the engineering cannabis, just the content in there. So I'm going to start a new tech channel in terms of dealing with AI, metaverse, blockchain, and all that in one channel. So I'm gonna have a tech channel and a cannabis channel. Just so be prepared. I'm gonna bombard you guys with a lot of content. But again, before that, what I want you to do, start preparing for the new year. The new year is coming. New year, new opportunities. So start preparing for the new year with 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 there are a lot of opportunities I think coming to the horizon. Again, the metaverse is just one part of it. Web 3.0 is just one part of it. Cannabis is just one part of it. So as you can see, there are a lot of opportunities. The goal now is for you to figure where the opportunities lie in. The metaverse has a lot of opportunities. I can detail you a lot of the opportunities in there, but again, the question nobody's asking is what kind of skills are required to be in the metaverse. What do you need to participate in the metaverse? What kind of skills do you need to participate in the metaverse? All the question is, another question is, what areas and sectors do you think the metaverse is going to be affected in? and how do I improve my skills in the metaverse? For instance, we talked about the cannabis industry. Let's talk about not only the cannabis industry but the trucking industry, where cannabis and trucking go hand in hand. So you want if you want now to basically, if it becomes federally legal and you're designing a whole trucking fleet to deliver cannabis, how's that going to work? And now with the
Hey,
automation with AI and all that, how's that going to work?
engineer cannabis.
Yeah, sure.
Osile asked in the chat. He said, "Engineering cannabis, being new to tech and cannabis as a whole, what skills are needed?" I mean, that's that's kind of where
That's
we start with sectors, right?
yeah. So that's what I was
Right.
talking
We
about.
start, yeah, we start with what sector are we getting into?
Yeah. So see, like I
Because
told,
last, well, not last Saturday, but the Saturday before,
talk to
we did a whole
IoT.
IoT deep. Yeah, we right.
So yeah. So this is what I'm going to say. I'm telling. I said this.
Uh oh.
I'm
Yo,
going to talk about my cannabis shit. I'm just AI,
wait,
blockchain, and all that.
engineering cannabis. Can you repeat that? You cut out there.
Sure. I said I'm going to start 2 channels.
Okay.
No, I'm going to start off the engineering cannabis. I'm going to produce cannabis content in one channel. Now, in the engineering cannabis, I'm going to start up doing that. Then the other, I'm going to start up a tech channel where I'm going to discuss what skills you will need in the metaverse. Because
Hmm.
nobody's asking, everybody's talking about the metaverse, but there's certain questions nobody's asking,
Dude, this I
like
was gonna say, yeah,
what
yeah.
skills are going to be needed in the metaverse, and what sectors of industry is the metaverse going to be affected,
Can we
and what
do?
skills do you need in that point?
Can we do? I'll go with Mike V on this. Maybe we could do just sort of like the IoT deep dive we did. Can we do
Yeah,
a metaverse one, like the same
sure.
thing?
So because there's a lot of opportunities. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I
Maybe what
can
we'll do is like
I can detail a lot of opportunities.
yeah, we won't call it like all things
Yeah,
metaverse or whatever like
yeah,
that, but we'll do something similar
yeah.
where we
But
can
the
kind of
channel
cover a broad span,
but the
right?
channel I'm gonna do is again, each episode will say, okay, the trucking industry, how is the metaverse gonna affect trucking? And I'll tell you how automation, how you're gonna train your AI in the metaverse, and that speeds up the AI training, and you can take that AI and put it in a truck, and that halves the training of the AI. I'm going to talk about trucking industry, how the metaverse is going to already affect logistics. It's going to affect different aspects, or even the cannabis. I'll talk of how tech and AI and tech and the cannabis industry, how it's going to be affected, blockchain and all that. So again, I'm going to detail not only what skill you need, what sector is going to be affected. I want to discuss deeply on how the metaverse and AI and IoT and blockchain will
How it
affect
all
you in the
intertwines.
hello,
That's it, like how it all intertwines.
all intertwined. So I'm going to discuss deep from financial sectors to agriculture to sports to entertainment. I'll detail in each one and go from there. So it's gonna be a huge a huge detail of different subject matters in terms of metaverse AI and all that in the tech channel. And the cannabis, I'm just gonna be discussing cannabis news, cannabis tech, cannabis everything. So it's gonna
Okay.
be I'm gonna start those 2 channels and go from there. But again,
Well, I think I do want our next like tech deep dive should be a metaverse deep dive.
yeah, metaverse deep again, everybody's talking about the metaverse, but nobody's
No,
talking
I'm saying
about
like
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about as far as the
yeah,
deep dive.
yeah. We need to at least again the brain trust always goes ahead of time. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
brain
Let's
trust
do it, dude. Let's
deep
do it on
dive
the
on
metaverse.
yeah
Yeah.
what skills you will need in the metaverse, what the sectors the metaverse is going to affect, how the metaverse is going to change most things we know. And now the goal now is to figure out what you need to do to be ahead of those and know how to basically capture the profits from this metaverse
Yeah,
itself.
I'm saying, like, I think we can synthesize this, right?
Yeah,
Because the first article we cover here was basically a CBD company, man,
yeah. So see,
right? That's
the,
that's already on. That's already doing
well,
deliveries in the metaverse. Like, come on,
so deliveries, we can do marketing. You can have a marketing agency.
right?
You can have a lot of things. You can have a music studio in the metaverse. You can have man. I mean, I can tell you, I can have a list of things you can have in the metaverse, a list of ideas you can do in the metaverse with new tech, and to affect you in the real world. So again, the goal now is just to figure out the metaverse itself. What do you need in the metaverse? How can you succeed in the metaverse? Metaverse is coming. The question is, where is it going to affect it? What skills do I need? And how can I profit from it?
Yeah, I have some ideas, man. I have some ideas.
There's a lot. I have a
That is
lot of ideas.
micromobility.
Even micromobility.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying. I
ca-
got some ideas, man. That's
There's a
why
lot of
I think
things.
we should do that. We should do that we should have that
Yeah,
talk.
there's a lot of things you can do in metaverse with micromobility. A lot of things you can do with food. With there's anything you can think of. There's a lot to do
Yeah,
with
dude,
travel. With
I'm
done
immediately thinking food delivery.
food delivery, travel. Travel will be different now. Travel is now experienced. You can experience travel. For instance, if you have one person traveling, you can have instead of just one. If one person travels to Paris, 5 people can experience what he or she is experiencing
Hmm.
in Paris.
Yep. Yeah.
So, so it's the tech is here. The tech is here, but now the question is, even now, I already know in metaverse you can do a lot of things with disaster relief, logistics, with the metaverse. You can even map out a whole area that's been destroyed and then simulate how to navigate that area in the metaverse and see what you can do. There are a lot of things you can do, man.
Well,
You
we'll get
just
it. Yeah,
you
we'll
just
get
need to get
into
the
it.
skills in there. So yeah,
Yeah, we'll
again,
we'll break down like what that's all about, and
what's
then
all that
kind of,
about?
yeah, how to tap
How
into it, the
tap
skills
into it?
needed. Yeah, I'm gonna hit Richard Dixon up because AR and VR is his deal, and most people that are gonna be messing with the metaverse are gonna be plugged into it with AR and VR. So I want to make
AR,
sure,
VR.
yeah, I
What
want to
you
make
need
sure
to
he's
understand
on it
about
too.
the AR, VR. How do you
Yeah.
need to even protecting yourself or doing stuff? What do you
I
need
know
to
I
do?
know I know he's doing some stuff with VR also. So
And
that
again,
that's why I want to make sure when we do that live stream, we want to like make sure we're tapping into all the components that make this stuff
all
tick.
components.
Yeah.
What do you need? Do you need to learn programming? Do you need to learn AI? Do you need to blockchain? Do you need
Shit,
to learn
AR, VR,
environmental
all that stuff.
cybersecurity? All that. Do you need to do all that? How is that going to play in the new metaverse? What do you need? Because again, if there's a company in the metaverse that says like Apple, are they going to hire cybersecurity inside the metaverse to protect their digital
That's
assets?
crazy,
Yes.
dude. That's like a whole rabbit hole right there.
That's a whole. That's see. These are the things I'm thinking of. So can I open a security agency in the metaverse? Yes, and it's going to be a cybersecurity agency.
Yeah, because
So
you already know people are gonna start hacking shit in there.
hacking. So I have a cybersecurity agency in the metaverse that protects your assets. So again, these are the stuff you need to start thinking of. These are the stuff you need to start building. These are the stuff the skills you need to start pushing into. And again, I'm talking about it, Complex is talking about it, but again, I'm also participating in it. I've not done content in my channel for a year because I've been participating in learning, driving knowledge, doing stuff, tech stuff, doing cannabis stuff again. But I said I'll come back to produce some stuff because I need to do some marketing and all that stuff. But again,
Yeah, I mean, we only have 6 people listening right now.
yeah, only 6 people.
But
That's fine.
it's kind of like there's still there's the, sometimes like absence is good, right?
Absence is good, but again,
Yeah.
well, when you look at 3 years from now, when cannabis is now a huge product. Now all your streams come from 300 to 20K, and everybody's asking, "Where's Complex? Where's engineering cannabis? Where's Mike V?" And they're telling you, "Yeah, they're not here. They're doing some stuff."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're not gonna talk to them in any type of way. But they were just here 3 years ago. Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
They
not
they
not
they do
nowadays,
they're still
man. They're
speaking.
busy.
They are speaking engagements and all this stuff. I'm sorry, or they're doing some stuff. They can't. Nah, we can't. They can't pull themselves
I'm
away.
trying to be that way next year, man. Like literally next year, I'm trying to be so damn busy.
Meaning
Well, well,
like,
well. You know what? Offline, I would tell you like what I want to do with this channel. I don't even want to say it out in the open, dude. I don't even want
but
to talk
the
about it out in the open.
question, but yeah, I know. Like my channel, I'm using my channel to do some research and marketing and all that. But the goal is again, once I've gained all the data and all that stuff I need, again, I'm gonna start again trying to still go out and do what I do best. Create stuff, do stuff, and again, but again, at one point, the channel was just there for knowledge. But again, knowledge over time, new ways will be created. So those old knowledge would basically either be obsolete or you can still just gain
No, there'll
from it.
still be. There's still there. No,
They'll
there's
still
still
be
value.
relevant.
Yeah, that's why we always
They'll
tell
be
people to
relevant.
go and check. Check the
Check it, yeah.
playlist, check the previous, because there's so much information there that's
This
actually relevant.
they'll be relevant, but again, the application of that you have to then know how to apply it on your own. Because again, you're not going to ask Complex when he's busy to help you apply something. You tell you, no, I got time. I don't have time for that. So again, it's this is the time you ask other questions. How can I apply this? Because again, at one point when this becomes so mainstream, I promise you, there will be no Complex. Everybody would everybody will disappear at one point. The only question you have to ask is, can I reach them or where can I reach them? I
We'll
promise
leave,
you.
we'll leave the channel up.
We'll leave your channel up and
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
hey,
we'll leave the channel up,
the
man,
channel
and
up is there. The channel, and
maybe
I
we'll have
promise you, I
some
won't check my
people.
emails to be seeing. I'm up and I'm like, nah.
Yeah, well, like I said, I got plans, man. So maybe there
Yeah,
might be a person or
nah.
two doing some stuff, and
Even then,
there's gonna be
it's
some other things, man. I'm gonna leave it there. But
that
hey,
because
you got
everybody will grow out of it. So again,
eh,
take advantage of the cannabis industry is starting. Metaverse is starting. There's a lot of opportunities,
a lot happening, man. Hey, you got any
and
final words, man? I'm gonna
yeah,
get lunch together here, and then I'll probably open it back up here in probably about another hour
yeah.
or two.
So again, I'm talking about the opportunities again. This channel has been a resource. Use this channel as a resource. There are not a lot of channels talking about cannabis as a business. There are not a lot of channels detailing the metaverse. There are a lot of channels who tell you, hey, the metaverse is coming, and they tell you, do this, and but no channel will tell you in depth on what's going to happen and what opportunities you need to take. But this is a channel. This is like that good place you need to eat where you find that good place where you find that good restaurant where you find to eat that had the greatest food, but it's somewhere in the corner. This is that channel. It has the greatest food you can ever eat, but it's just somewhere in the corner where you can just find it. But the greatest place you can eat. This is this channel. It's a small secret out there, but again, take you take the information in here and utilize it. There's a lot of great information out there in this channel, and I'm gonna be here trying to help basically provide information in this channel. But again, there's gonna be a lot of information, a lot of opportunities, and at the end of the day, people in this channel will go use these information to apply to their own. I'm gonna use it. At the end of the day, either you use it or not, but people will use it. So please take advantage of it. That's
I
it.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man.
I wanted to, kind of touch on the cannabis topic. We hadn't done it in a few weeks. Metaverse came up as a subject matter related to cannabis, so I think that's going to kind of give us a springboard into this next deep dive we're going to do on the metaverse. And I think we'll schedule that for next Saturday. That's typically when
Yeah,
we do the tech deep dive. So I'll go ahead and I'll pre-schedule it for next Saturday. I'll get with the
yeah,
fellas and we'll square it up and we'll get it in next Saturday. And then again, with regards to the tidal wave strain, um, you see the link there. I posted it in the chat. So you catch the replay, you can catch the link there for the tidal wave strain. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Very good stuff. You're gonna find this on your top shelf. This isn't Reggie or mid grade. This is some top shelf stuff. Real good strain for getting the day going. And then, yeah, we also spoke on the national harvest report for cannabis, and come to find out that given that it's not even a uh, a legal substance per se, it's the fifth most valuable agricultural product being produced in the United States. So something to think about. Something to definitely think about.
yeah. Number five. I'm still
Is it
baffled.
number five?
Number
It's not even
five
legal.
crop, and it's not legal.
It's not
And
legal.
only some states are producing it, and only some states are. It's not legal, and it's number five. The amount of money that's being produced there, that's right now.
It's
My mind is blown. I'm like,
yeah, it's
okay,
just that's what I was like, man, look, okay,
if this doesn't
we
tell you
gotta
there's, if this doesn't tell you there's amount of profit coming in this plant. If this doesn't tell you that a federally illegal plant is number five, and this doesn't tell you there's profit, there's nothing I can
listen,
convince you.
listen, man. That's what I was like. I just want to recap on this because if you think that what I just said is crazy, go back and listen to where we read the article. Engineering Cannabis and I talked about this in depth. I also want to thank Jack A for coming up, um, and contributing to the live stream. Share this with your weed aficionados. I mean, there's a ton of them out there. Okay, I know I'm not the only weed dude around here, so I know there's cats that mess with
Yeah,
this, but we're
again,
trying to like really go intelligent with this. So we're
this is the only
approaching.
channel you can get this kind of information.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're trying to like give the intellectual take on what this whole cannabis thing is about, right? So for
Nobody's gonna
those,
give you this game. Everybody's taking the game and selling it. We're
yeah,
giving it
we're
for
just we're
free.
just we're just pulling articles and talking about it.
Everybody's selling it. I'm telling you, I can sell marketing. I can sell a lot of stuff. But again, with the knowledge I
We can
have on
sell
all
tech
this,
products that keep us out of the
no,
crap.
I can sell courses and all that, and I can tell you all this and say, hey, you get this, you can do this. I can tell you a lot. But again, I'm giving it for free. I've
Um,
never asked anybody for anything. I don't want anything. I'm doing my own stuff.
yeah, we got that's what I'm saying. This what we do here. This is an information depot and an information repository. Oh, Sile, let me see. I'm just gonna address this. But I'm gonna shut it down because we're at 2 hours here, and my little one just literally came in. So he said, for states that haven't legalized, i.e., North America, do you think Confederate states will legalize? At some point, man. Um, there was actually on Leafly. There's an article on there on the next states that they think are going or they're predicting in 2022
Yeah,
to legalize. I want to say North Carolina's on there,
they
but let me
have
tell
to.
you something.
The profit is too much. They have
Well, the
to.
profit's too much,
There's too
so
much profit.
yeah, they're ultimately going to get their hands squeezed. All of them are ultimately going to do it. We've already hit critical mass.
Yeah,
Majority of states have some form of legalization, right?
yeah,
Most states are legal. There's only this the minority that aren't, and then even in those states, hemp CBD is legal.
yeah. So it's gonna be
So
legal.
some type of cannabis variant is legal across 50 states. If
Yeah,
it's not medicinal or quote unquote recreational, which is
hemp.
basically just weed with THC in it, bare minimum, it's hemp.
Yeah.
You can get hemp weed right now. And you
So
get some Delta 8, that shit blows just like regular weed damn near.
The question is not if. The question is when. So it's gonna be soon.
It'll be soon. So
It's
yeah,
not if. It's when.
yeah. The short answer is that it'll be soon because you can already get Delta 8 hemp CBD right now. Hemp flower is already legal in 50 states. You could spin up a hemp CBD business right now and
And no,
quasi be
and
into the
that's
cannabis game
complex.
already.
Nobody. That's the messed up part. Nobody knows that. That you can spin up a
Dude,
CBD.
what are you talking about? We've been saying this shit for how many years?
Yeah, but nobody. Do they listen? That you can spin up a CBD
No.
business across state line and sell stuff across state line
Yeah,
CBD
yeah, no,
legally.
dude. Let me tell you something. Okay, well, you and I, okay, we're partners in some stuff.
Yeah,
Hell, our business. What
it's
do you
a
want?
hemp
We
business.
drop it in the mail and send it to you. Yeah,
CBD product. It's a CBD.
it's-
You can do it across state line, and
yeah,
nobody's doing
yeah. I
this.
could drop it in the mail and send it to you, man. I mean, 20. That's what I mean. 2022 is a refocus on that part of that business that we have because
Yeah.
we spent 2020 and 2021 focused on micromobility because a lot of stuff came on board and
A lot.
it just
A
took up
lot.
our time and attention. But look, dude, hip is like you said, you could drop ship that shit
You
if you
can
wanted to.
drop shit, and nobody's talking. I'm like, really?
You can drop ship it for me. Whoever wants to,
What's-
let me shut up. Let me. I gotta go, man.
Well, again,
The answer to your question is short. It'll be soon. They'll legalize soon, and for right now, hemp is legal. So it's technically legal if you consider hemp to also be a variant of cannabis plant. It's
so, hey,
technically legal already, and then all you're waiting for is just the THC variant, and that'll be soon.
so again, hey, take advantage. I know
Yeah,
you're busy, man. Hey, I'm gonna leave you, but again,
yeah.
take advantage, man. Take advantage. It's complex is here soon. Again, it's gonna be a busy. It's gonna be a turmoil when this becomes federally legal.
Well,
It's
look,
gonna
dude.
be. It's
Look,
gonna
here's
be
the thing.
fun.
We're gonna do. We'll continue. These. We're not dead, right? We'll continue to cover this stuff. But I think, man, that metaverse deep dive, man, I got to get ready for that one.
Yeah, everybody. No, see, everybody's getting ready for the
Yeah,
metaverse.
we got to get ready for that one.
Shit.
That's gonna be another
I already got my books. I got already talking to people. So look, it's gonna be crazy out here. Metaverse and marketing. I already started looking at marketing and psychology books. You don't even know what I'm trying to do right
Oh
now.
my god.
You
Yeah,
don't know
that's
what
gonna.
I'm looking at. I'm already talking to psychology professors. You don't even know what I'm trying to do with these people. You don't even know what I'm trying to do right now. So, hey, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be stupid, stupid. So look, either you
Well,
try to take advantage and do
we'll give them
something or not.
we're gonna give them a sniff of it on Saturday, man.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
right.
we'll give because like I said, I have some like I got some food delivery ideas, dude. That's why I'm like, dude, this is gonna be some crazy shit.
I'm
Hey, but
talking to
I gotta
psychology
shut.
professors. I'm talking to people that sociology professors. How am I gonna? I'm already talking to some computer scientists. All the dudes that gonna help me. How am I gonna create something to track this real time stuff to make money real time? Man, you
Yeah,
don't even
no, that's
know.
what I'm saying. We're gonna go into it. It's kind of some trippy stuff. So, but I'm gonna go get some lunch together for my baby cakes, man,
Uh,
and we'll circle back on the brain trust a little bit later on this afternoon.
all right, man.
All right, everyone. Yeah, share this with your fellow weed heads, cannabis aficionados, and people that are just down to learn some new stuff. Hit the like button on your way in or out, depending on when you're showing up, and we'll catch you a little bit later. Peace.
I'm as mad as hell, and I can take it no more.